Welcome lighting friends, this is Rob from Pathway Connectivity Solutions. I'm here to start a training series on the Cognito lighting control console and the Nito software that goes along with that, available at iTunes. I have one here and I just want to show some of the hardware things before the rest of the series goes into how to operate the software. A little bit about the hardware now. It's a very small desk. It's suitable for high schools and churches and small theaters and architainment installations. It's small enough that you can take off these cheeks here and install it in a rack mount system if you want. But it also sits comfortably on a desk, and it's just looking at some of the hardware elements here. It has faders, which you can obviously run the intensities of your lights. You can also record memories to these. Front and center, most importantly, is the 7-inch capacitive touchscreen, which is where you will do most of the interaction with your lights, their effects, where you record them onto playlists, how you label things. There's a Grand Master and a blackout button, a Memory Master with its blackout here. There are two playbacks where you can load on playlists and play multiple, 2 or more at the same time. Centered around the touchscreen are attribute buttons, so you can go between different attribute families of moving lights. The wheels will then be populated with different controls. For instance, here I am panning and tilting this moving light. Then on this side over here, we have record and edit and buttons like help and release. On the back of the desk, we have obviously the power in, the Ethernet jack, which is a very interesting feature of a desk of this size because it supports all of the standard Ethernet protocols like Pathport, ArtNet, and streaming ACN. One of the other very exciting features about it is that it has the ability to be powered over Ethernet. So you can have one cable bring you power and you can send data back to your lighting rig on that same cable. Moving along, you have DMX in and DMX out. For DMX out, there are 2 streams. We call them port A and port B. They can be mirrored of the same, or it can be up to 1024 channels of individual control. There's also MIDI for MIDI show control, so you can slave another Cognito desk. You can fire it from a different lighting console, or you can even use some of the audio packages to trigger, or you can trigger audio events from that. This connector here is RS-232 for architectural applications and show control situations. It also has 3 contact closures using some of the pins on there. So you can actually have a remote go, you can have a trigger for firing things when people enter a room, that sort of thing. And then there's additional USB ports for plugging in a keyboard and a mouse, and audio jacks. Down below you might see a little hole for the Kensington lock. So if you actually have not rack mounted this desk and you leave it in a high traffic area, it's a good idea to lock these things down. So as this series continues, we're going to show you an awful lot more about the software and its features, and also the Nito application, which I'm showing right here, which can extend the functionality of your desk by giving you the ability to move lights with a Wi-Fi connection from a distance in all kinds of fun and interesting ways, like using a target here, or even with the built-in accelerometers. We like this little trick. You can actually just tilt your iPad and the moving light will follow you around. So I hope you join us again for this series, and we look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. This is Rob from Pathway Connectivity Solutions.